with me. We are getting to know that China has closed its airspace to civilian aircrafts in the direction of the Taiwan Strait. So there are multiple ramifications and a triggering of a lot of security parameters that is taking place as we expect that the US aircraft carrying Nancy Pelosi is set to touch down in Taiwan. This visit, of course, has been in the making. It was supposed to happen sometime in April, actually, earlier this year. But then Nancy Pelosi had COVID. This visit has been delayed. And then there has been speculation. She didn't quite confirm as she came, she flew off, set off for the Asia visit. She didn't quite confirm if she's actually going to Taiwan. Till this afternoon, correspondents in America were telling us that actually Taiwan is not officially on the list. But now, of course, we're getting a confirmation that her aircraft has entered Taiwan defense airspace, that the Taipei airport has indeed been marked as a destination for Nancy Pelosi. So these are, of course, the big developments that we're tracking. So the big question continues to be, what action will China take, if anything? Do you believe, Sushant, that from India's point of view too, this is indeed the goading of the dragon that we need, especially from somebody like America?
Yeah, I agree that what Captain Bansal is saying, that yes, this will inspire a degree of confidence in countries around this region, that the Americans are not just paper tigers, that it's a country.
We seem to have lost that link with Sushant, but let's wait to see if it comes back. Alok Bansal, let me come to you in the meantime. America didn't quite get a lot of praise or confidence for its role as far as the Russia-Ukraine conflict was concerned, for example. Many believed that America and NATO threw Ukraine under the bus for a conflict that was absolutely and wholly avoidable, and it was based on Russia's very long-standing concerns. Now, this situation may be slightly different, but here, America is on record to say that they will intervene if China does anything against Taiwan, militarily. The stakes for America, too, are much higher. It's not just about money.
See, there is no doubt that starting from America's horrendous withdrawal from Kabul to Ukraine, there was a perception which had grown that the Western world, especially United States of America, is not a reliable ally. And I think US needs to dispel this impression. While elimination of Ayman al-Zawahiri has given the world a signal that yes, US wants to pursue its enemy wherever they are. But this visit to Taiwan would be a far stronger signal as far as the global community is concerned, that America will stand by its allies. Because this is a very big question mark, because there has been a very big question mark after Afghanistan, whether America is a reliable ally. Because you let a country with you who had strategic partnership agreement down. So I think it's very essential that this particular visit will reinforce United States status as the premier.
No, but the point that I was making, Alok Bansal, is that the stakes are very different for America, because they have said that they will intervene militarily for Taiwan.
It is essential because please understand, there was a congressional bill which was passed. They will stand by for Taiwan defense. But in 1979, the US had said that they don't have a binding commitment, but they said they will help Taiwan and build up its defense, etc. And since then, we have seen that US stance vis-a-vis Taiwan has been flickering. But this, and I still say, if Nancy Pelosi does land in Taiwan, it will be a big movement. It will definitely bolster Taiwan, especially the government of President Tsai, who has been standing tough against Chinese threats, Chinese aggression, and she has maintained that Taiwan's distinctiveness, because now in Taiwan also we have a KMT, which was the flag bearer of civil war against communists, has been gravitating towards one China policy. So President Tsai and her DPP is absolutely important. They will get a huge boost by this Nancy Pelosi's visit, because that will show that international community is with them. Because in
all right,
Taiwan's
Sushant
case,
Sareen is also back with us. Just hold on, I'm getting some one more update, which is of how, even in China, there are like at least as far as maybe projection is concerned, the Chinese continue to show its might. These are PLA vehicles moving into Fujian province. This well could. How do you see this, Sushant Sareen? Is this for perception, projection, anything more?
I think it's a nonsensical propaganda blitz which the Chinese are doing. Which they do these kind of silly things all the time. Look, three very quick points. One, even I am in favor of a one China policy. Only I believe that one China should be under the system which is there in Taipei rather than the one which is run by Beijing and the Communist Party. So yes, if that is the system, I don't have a problem with one China. And I think that is the position everybody should take in the world. Secondly, I think it is wrong to compare Afghanistan with Taiwan simply in the context of both geostrategy as well as geoeconomics. Afghanistan is very close to our, interests. Because our security interests are very closely attached. So I understand where Captain Bansal is coming from. But look at it from the American point of view. Afghanistan just didn't add up to anything after 20 years, getting caught up in a quagmire, not leading anywhere. So I think the Americans decided better to cut your losses and run and focus on an area which is worth saving, worth protecting, and worth investing in. That is the second point. And the third point was a note of caution. I don't think, like I said earlier, I don't think the Chinese will take any precipitate action just yet. But I think the Chinese will be smarting under what is happening. That is, if Pelosi lands. If Pelosi doesn't land, all bets are off. The Chinese would have won this round resoundingly. The Americans would have created another diplomatic disaster for themselves. But assuming Pelosi lands, what happens an year, 2 years, 3 years from now? What are the Chinese going to do then to even the scores? We saw that with us. We had Doklam, there was a standoff, the Chinese backed off. In the last 3.5 years, 4 years, the Chinese have made encroachments in that very area. Nothing we can do about it as of now. And they have tried to browbeat us along eastern Ladakh.
Yes.
So the Chinese will try and get back, but in a different way. And I think the Americans need to be alive to that possibility and game that in their strategic calculations.
No, but anything that they do in the long run, if you say that they're not going to do anything that precipitates a warlike situation just yet, after Nancy Pelosi's touchdown, which is expected to happen, it seems, if they do something over a long-term strategy, it still is not going to be American territory. The one to face their ire and their aggression is going to be Taiwan. And whether America will then come
Shivani,
through its friend is a separate deal.
What are the options Taiwan has? At one level, you have the Chinese breathing down on the Taiwanese, trying to gobble it up, trying to destroy Taiwan and everything that the Taiwanese have created. And the Taiwanese, incidentally, are also largely responsible for the prosperity which you see in China. And do you want the Taiwanese to suffer at the hands of the Chinese Communist Party, be taken over, destroy all their freedoms, ruin that country completely like they are doing to Hong Kong? Or do the Taiwanese have an option of saying that, look, we'll try and fight this out. If a powerful country like the Americans and the rest of the West and some of the other countries have our back, we are much better for it. Yes, we will be on the